How to be on God's side? That's a scary question, given the way religion and politics always want to put God on our side, on their side. It's a very scary question. So I thought we'd take that up. How to be on God's side. Now, I think it helps to coach a Little League baseball team. That's what I do. 10-year-olds. Hanging out with them keeps you closer to God. My wife, Joy Carroll, is a Brit, and she was the real vicar of Dibley. She helped Don French with that show. And now she's a baseball commissioner in Washington, D.C. Funny thing for one of the first women ordained in the Church of England to be a baseball commissioner. Baseball is one of the best things about America, better than our foreign policy. Baseball is good, foreign policy is bad. I'm not sure if coaching football works or not, but it helps me anyway to coach baseball. But how to be on God's side? First, don't believe, don't think, don't act like God is on the side of your group, your tribe, your nation, your religion. That's the big mistake. Second, replace your certainty with humility, your confidence with deeper reflection. Abraham Lincoln, my favorite U.S. president, said this: "My concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side." I love this cover of the Lincoln Memorial, where 50 years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., 50 years ago next Wednesday, gave his "I Have a Dream" speech at that same place, a day that God was on the side of a movement come to change the world. Lincoln didn't use his faith, he struggled with his faith. He didn't always know what it meant to be on God's side, but he thought that was the right question. He flipped the question. Don't claim God is on your side. Ask, struggle, go deeper. What does it mean to be on God's side? He flipped the question around. It was the right question. Most important thing is this: learn that Christianity, Christian faith, is not just for Christians. It's not even supposed to be mostly about us. It's not supposed to be about us. It's supposed to be about other people. They asked Rabbi Hillel once, an old rabbi, if he had to stand on one foot, explain the essence of Judaism, what would he say? You couldn't stand long on one foot, right? He said, love your neighbor as yourself. The essence of Judaism. Jesus said, this is the great second commandment. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, your soul, your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. What does that mean? I got a 10-year-old and a 14-year-old. Just been on vacation with them for 3 weeks. The last 3 weeks, I saw them every day. I looked at them every day, and I realized how much I love them more than anything in the world. But that text means, from Judaism and Christian faith, love your neighbor as yourself. That means I'm supposed to love other people's kids like I love my own. That is a transformational ethic, and it was supposed to be, right from the beginning. We've lost this ancient idea from politics and religion. It's called the common good. It goes back a long way. Listen to this. This is the rule of most perfect Christianity, to its most exact definition, its highest point, namely the seeking of the common good. For nothing can make a person an imitator of Christ as caring for his neighbors. That was by John Chrysostom, 347, a long time ago. We've lost this idea of the common good. It's time, I think, to restore the notion of the common good. What does that mean? To be on God's side? To be on God's side is to serve the common good. Jesus made that clear. He said, especially for those who are the poorest and most vulnerable. He said, I was hungry. I was thirsty. I was naked. I was a stranger. I was sick. I was in prison. And where were you? They all said, Lord, when do we see you hungry and thirsty and naked and sick, a stranger in prison? When do we see you? And he says, as you've done to the least of these, you've done to me. How you treat them, Jesus said, is how you treat me. That was my conversion text. Took me out of the student movements of my time and back to my Christian faith. That means we examine politics, laws, governments, policies, projects by this question. How do these things impact the poorest and most vulnerable? That's the Christian question for politics. How do we include them in what we call the common good? I still call myself an evangelical Christian, which is kind of a crazy, dangerous term because of what evangelicals mean around the world. But at home right now in the U.S., young evangelicals are no longer thumping their Bibles, they're reading them. And they're applying their Bibles to the biggest political issue of our time right now in the U.S., which is comprehensive immigration reform. You got that same trouble here. 11 million people in my country are undocumented, living in the shadows. If they get robbed, they can't go to the police. If a woman gets raped, she can't seek protection because she'll be deported. Living in the shadows, they're exploited, they're abused, they're being deported. Families are being separated, and all of a sudden the Christians decide to read their Bibles. And they realize that Christ said, as you treat those 11 million people, that's how you treat me. They figured that out. And they got converted. So now the White House will tell you, Republicans will tell you, Democrats will tell you, the new factor in immigration is the Christians. Across their boundaries, they are telling members of Congress, you must fix this broken and cruel immigration system. We are back home, the new factor. We, I think, are going to change our immigration system, transform the lives of 11 million people because we brought faith into it now. Politics can't do it. It hasn't solved this. It's failed, but faith is now a part of this. Finally, to be on God's side is to keep hope alive. Hebrews says faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. My best paraphrase of that is, hope is believing in spite of the evidence and watching the evidence change. In Washington, D.C., they're doing nothing right except one thing, immigration reform, because we are holding the hands of the politicians, helping them to figure out how to do something positive for a change in Washington, D.C. I'll finish with a story from my Little League Baseball coaching career. We're down, my team, my 10-year-old team was down 5-0, fifth inning, didn't look good at all. Top of the order come up, their best hitters didn't get a hit. All of a sudden, two of our weakest hitters got on base due to no fault of their own. They were walked, and they couldn't even jump and swing the balls, they were so high. And there they are, on base, we're down 5-0, and up steps the worst player on our team. Great kid, but he's never played baseball. He's a Brit. Never played baseball. He has no idea what to do. He's up there with this thing called a bat. And the ball comes, and somehow the ball hits the bat. And it goes in the outfield, and 2 runs score. And Stefan goes to second base. Now, because he's a Brit, he's, very polite. And he sees this kid playing shortstop between second and third, and he goes off to shake hands with him. I said, Stefan, they'll tag him out. You can't do that. You got to stay in the base. He said, oh, I've never been here before. That began the rally. We won 11-5. I gave Stefan the game ball. He was just thrilled. Afterwards, we had a team meeting, and the kids reflected on how we won the game. They said, All of us were needed for this. It took every one of us. We all were involved. We couldn't do it by ourselves. And sometimes you get what you need from unexpected places, like evangelicals on immigration reform in the U.S. Finally, he said, it shows you can never give up on hope. Keeping hope alive is the best way to be on God's side. Thank you.